Hasn't really changed that much. I write everything at home, different parts of the house. Lately it's been in this table or in the living room. Kind of go and jam with the guys, turn those riffs into songs. And that's been going on since the end of the Arise tours when I started doing that. Chaos AD was full of that. I wrote a lot of stuff at home and just brought it to the jam pad and we turned those into songs. Roots was even more. I was writing like a maniac on Roots. So I wrote a lot of the record. The Soulfly one was the same. After I got out of the depression, because after splitting from Sepultura, I went into full depression. Didn't want nothing to do with music. Kind of like was done with the whole thing. I was drinking a lot, taking a lot of drugs, which is like too much disappointment, you know. I was like, this is not worth it. You know, I was like, fuck this, I'm out of here, you know. And then little by little, I came out of that depression, and a lot of family, supported family and friends. Even Ozzy was like, we had a dinner at Ozzy's house, and he was one of the people that encouraged me to get back on track. If you would have told a teenage Mac that Ozzy would have given you advice on how to continue playing music, I would have a heart attack, you know. So that was really cool. And then, you know, having like people like Gloria also encouraging me, I ended up getting back on my feet and wrote a demo, kind of like 2 songs. It was Eye for an Eye and No. And that was the start of Soulfly 1. And then start building the band. So I got Roy on the drums. Marcelo was an ex-Sepultura tech that knew me from the Brazil days. So it was an old friend. And I ended up recruiting Lucio, this Brazilian guitar player. I freaking love Lucio. I love his band. They call Nação Zumbi. They're from Brazil. The making of the record was really, to me, kind of confusing because you know, at one point I'm really you know, depressed about the whole Sepultura stuff and all that. At the same time, I'm really hungry to show the world that I'm still the same Max and I can write songs without them. The songs are still good, you know. So that was exciting time. Like when we heard the stuff coming out of the studio. Especially when we put final touches with songs like Eye for an Eye and Bleed and you know, Fire, Quilombo. It was exciting. It was definitely, and it was recorded in the same studio as Roots, Indigo Ranch. Same team, you know. Ross produced, Andy Wallace mixed, and that's a go team, man. You know, that's why I think Roots sounds so good, is because of that. Because the Ross demos, they sounded like dog shit. And then Andy came and saved it and polished and everything, you know. So we did the same. And that was one crazy thing I did on Soulfly 1 when Chino was there, was we buried the tapes. Because I heard the owner of the studio told me that the Indigo Ranch ground was an Indian burial ground like 200 years ago. A lot of Indians were buried there. And I was like really intrigued by that. And then in my head, I was like, that'd be cool if we can bury the tapes here and get all the energy from the burial ground, you know. And it was in the days where we were still recording in tapes, you know, so you can't do that anymore because it's all Pro Tools these days. But we did it, man. We buried the tapes, waited 24 hours, went with shovels, unbury them, dig them out. We sent them to Andy and it was all full of mud and stuff. And I know Andy called his office like, why is all this stuff full of mud? And you know, it's all dirty. But we put it with plastic, you know. We protect tape, you know. But it was all muddy and dirty. I love doing crazy shit like that on the studio. It's just fun. Just like takes you to a different place and you have fun with it too, you know. And I do believe for some reason that album is always gonna be special. Soulfly 1 is a special record. I don't think I will ever be able to make another record like that from the situations. It was a unique album, even the album cover. That was that picture I don't even remember taking, but it was in Portugal. And I did the pose of the Christ for like 1 second. The guy snapped the picture, and when we were looking through all the photos afterwards, we're like, that's it, that's the cover right here. This is cool, you know, and it's very, very iconic looking, you know, and it was kind of an accident, you know, like we weren't even doing, like when you're doing an album cover, okay, I'm doing a photo for the album cover, and you're consciously knowing that you're doing, but when you're not knowing and it's an accident, I think it's better. For some reason, it's better. I don't know why. From the album cover to that, to the songs, the way the whole thing came about, was very special.
Knife in the back, we ignored